What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here today to bring you an NFL trade prediction video on running back Cam Akers. I believe he'll be traded to the Minnesota Vikings this season. Now let's discuss why. So, this is a long time coming. If you haven't known, the Rams and Cam Akers haven't seen eye to eye for about a year and a half now. Last year, he demanded a trade around the trade that, or right before the trade deadline, a couple of weeks prior, and then he was sent away from the team for a little bit, but then came back and finished the season pretty well for that Rams team last year. Now it came to, I guess, a finish yesterday. I'm watching the games, and before the game start, I followed Jay Glazer on Twitter, Fox reporter, and he came out and said, "Yeah, Cam Akers is inactive today, and because of no injury, it's because coach decision." And then Cam Akers responded on Twitter with whatever he said. So yeah, I think it's I think it's time to go. The writing's been on the wall for a while now, and I believe the Minnesota Vikings is the best position for him. But I do like some other teams out there for him. I will name them also. But first option for me, the Minnesota Vikings, and here's why: Madison. The running back that took over for Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, been there for a while, and he's not performing well at all, honestly. In their two games so far, only has 62 yards on 19 carries, lost a fumble during the Week 2 matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's just not coming off to a good start. When I was pumping out Dalvin Cook news about, Dalvin Cook potential rumors on him being let go or being traded back in February. You can follow the channel. I'll put it on the top right-hand corner. I've been doing videos on Cook being gone from those Vikings in February. It made the most sense to me because of Madison. Madison is nice. He's solid. He's a good back. He's not Cook. Don't get me wrong. Cook is definitely better than him, but I thought he would have performed better so far. But all in all, the Vikings have been down their first two matchups also. So it's not, all on him, but, the O-line isn't great either, so I will say that. But the Vikings being 0-2, they need some boost in that run game. I think you have a guy like Cam Akers added on to Madison, added on to the young back Ty Chandler. I think that makes the most sense. Try to get a little running game going to help Kirk Cousins out in that offense. They're 0-2. They're down bad right now. They lost week 1 to the Bucks in surprising loss, and then there's no surprise there they lost to the Eagles in week 2 on Thursday night. So that offense to me, they're in a decent spot. They have good weapons. It's just O-line isn't the best. They allow a lot of pressure, same as last year. And then Kirk has to take care of the ball. But a big help will be that run game and fixing that run game. So I think Cam Akers goes to the Vikings. Don't know the pick. Probably some super late, 5th, 6th, 7th, nothing crazy. As I said, the Rams have no value for him. And funny thing is, Rams fans been telling me for about a year now that they like Williams, the back out of Notre Dame a couple years ago. They said they're gonna get rid of Cam Akers and keep Williams. I wasn't a fan of that move, but it looked like I was definitely wrong. Williams is definitely nice. I think his name Kyron Williams. So yeah, they definitely told me about him a couple years ago. Whenever they drafted him. So next up, another team that could use Cam Akers' services, Los Angeles Chargers. We seen yesterday Austin Eckler be out for the entire game, missed yesterday's game via injury, and they're now 0-2 also. So they could use some good running help, some good depth behind Austin Eckler. And they have right now Elijah Dotson, Isaiah Spiller, and Joshua Kelly, but no one really stands out. A bunch of okay backs. Cam Akers to me is still better than all three of those guys. So I think he'll be a good addition to, give Eckler a break here and there, and also just to mix it up some, because Eckler kind of in a tough spot. He won a new contract prior to the season, but now he's hurt for now. I'm not sure how the seriousness of his injury, but it's kind of coming at a very bad time for Eckler. He wants a new deal, so that probably won't happen now. But at least as far to save the Chargers season, they're gonna need another back to help spell Eckler and to give him some rest in certain spots. Another team I like a lot, but I'm kind of off of, honestly. If this happened, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I do like what they have already, and that's the Dolphins. Now 2-0, they defeated the Dolphins played last night for Sunday Night Football. I can't remember. That's crazy. My memory that bad. The Dolphins play Patriots. They played the Patriots. They have 3 or 4 good backs I like a lot. Raheem Mostert. They have Devon Achan. I know he's a rookie from Texas A&M. Had a great year last year. His final year with Texas A&M. Got some speed to him. Was active last night. Didn't get too much burn. But the guy that I really liked a lot from last night's game was Salvon Ahmed. Had some good moments. Showed some speed. Showed a little bit of power. I like him a lot. So you have Mostert. You have Ahmed. You have Devon, the rookie from Texas A&M, and you also have Chris Brooks. That's not bad. That's not a bad 4 guys right there. I wouldn't mind them keeping them, but Mostert can be injured, a little injury prone, and everybody else, they're not proven either. So adding Cam Akers wouldn't be the worst thing, but I'm fine with what the Dolphins have, honestly, if you were to ask me. But they're on the list also. And probably the last team, Indianapolis Colts. I will mention one more team other than them, but I think it's a long shot. But the Colts to me makes sense. No Jonathan Taylor for a couple more weeks. You have Zach Moss, who's okay. You have Deion Jackson, Jake Funk, who's okay. And like I said, no same situation. Nobody's proven. And also, Anthony Richardson's concussion. Back-to-back weeks, he's been knocked out of games. Week 1 versus the who the Colts play at first? The Jags. Yeah, the Jags. Colts play the Jags. The last minute or so, Anthony Richardson got knocked out of the game trying to rush for a touchdown. Ran for 2 touchdowns yesterday versus the Texans in the second quarter, late first quarter. I forgot which one exactly. Richardson got a concussion. He got knocked out of the game. So they're gonna need some more running game. They're gonna need to spell Richardson from running the ball so much. So bringing in a guy like uh, Cam Akers to pair with Zach Moss. Taylor's coming back soon in a couple weeks. He's going to play for the team. He's going to be traded. We're not quite sure yet. So just for insurance purposes, if you do trade Taylor, you want to have a guy, another workhorse back there, and Cam Akers does make sense. Now the last team would be my first option, honestly, but the head coach already came out and said no, thank you. They don't want any more running backs, and that is the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh, the head coach, came out and said right after J.K. Dobbins' injury, said we're good on running backs. We're fine. We're fine with what we have. Cam Akers change? Can Cam Akers change his mind? Don't know. I'm not sure how you feel about Akers, but they have a couple of good backs now. Justin Hill, um, what's big boy name? Gus Edwards. I like those two a lot. Melvin Gordon also. I'm not sure he's on the practice squad still or not, but he's probably on the roster by now or can be pretty soon. So 3 good backs. Cam Akers, would he change life in Baltimore? Probably not, but he is someone who's, I think, younger than all 3 of those guys, especially Gordon. I know Gordon's definitely older than Cam Akers. Gus Edwards should be also. Justin Hill, I'm not quite sure. But, Cam Akers still has some juice left in him. He's not bad. He played pretty well last year behind a good offensive line and a new scheme for Baltimore, a run-heavy scheme. It would make sense to bring on Cam Akers, but since John Harbaugh already said he's good on running backs, I don't think Cam Akers changed life that much in Baltimore. They might not worry about it. So for me, that leaves the Vikings as number 1 option. Baltimore Ravens, a super long dark horse option, but they would make the most sense for me. And then you have the Colts, Dolphins, Chargers also could be in the mix for a guy like Akers. So we'll see what happens. My prediction is the Vikings, but definitely could be one of those other teams mentioned. So, but yeah, I do expect him to be traded pretty soon, probably sometime this week. That relationship has definitely sailed a while ago with him and the Los Angeles Rams. I'm not sure why. Is it playing time? Is it scheme? Is it head coach? I'm not sure, but Cam had a pretty good run with the Rams. If it is over, won a title with them, was a pretty good factor for that team for a while. Him and Henderson were good 1 and 2 back. Then they drafted Williams, and the writing was on the wall there. So we'll see where it goes from there. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here today to bring you an NFL trade prediction video on running back Cam Akers. I believe he'll be traded to the Minnesota Vikings this season. Now let's discuss why. So This is a long time coming. If you haven't known, the Rams with Cam Akers haven't seen eye to eye for about a year and a half now. Last year, he demanded a trade, a trade that right before